All right, day number 92 intro video, take 2. It's going to be so much better this time. Already off to an amazing start. So, day number 92, At Home Fitness Series with Coach A. Bam. Today is June 15th. It is a beautiful Monday. Birds are chirping outside, and we are going to be focused on breathing. Breathing a lot, breathing heavy, breathing hard, continuing the push. Our workout is going to just be a WOD today. 50 reps, 40 reps, 30 reps, 20 reps, and 10 reps of alternating dumbbell snatches. 50-35 is our RX prescribed weights. Double unders and Abmat Sit-ups. Think of this as Annie plus dumbbell snatches if you want, or a kettlebell snatch technically. I'm going to be heading out to the garage here in a second to give you guys a demonstration video and then walk you through the modifications if you want to stick around to the end of the video as well. Again, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10 for time, alternating dumbbell snatches, so that should be half numbers each side, double unders, and Abmat sit-ups.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in for the workout demonstration. So, again, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10, alternating arms, that's total reps, so half each side. We are starting with the dumbbell snatch, which is going to be that extension from the ground to overhead, focusing on pushing my energy into the floor to create an extension of the knees and hips, to put energy on the dumbbell or kettlebell, thus then traveling overhead. Remember to have a quick punch out at the end, especially if it is a kettlebell. If you want, you can put a little bit more body English on the hip coming through to the side, meaning that if that dumbbell is in my right hand, get a little bit more aggressive squeeze and extension out of that left glute, left hip, knee connection there, just to get a little bit of cross body punch, if you will. Now, when we're transitioning between these, there's a couple different ways you guys can do this. You can set it back down, switch it up, or you can drop it in the air and switch it up on the way down. So set it down and switch it up would obviously work like that. The key is how to be as smooth as possible from one change of grip to the other change of grip, and making sure we're putting it in a good spot to pick back up as we set it down with one hand. Now, if I'm going to drop it, the idea here is that we want to do it in a place, meaning through that range of motion coming down, where it's easy to make that transition from one hand to the next. Keep in mind, you're probably not handing it off literally from one hand to the next. You're going to sort of be dropping it in air and then trying to re-grip with the other hand as it's still falling. The big piece of this is we want to make sure we're not trying to slow the fall of the dumbbell. We're trying to catch up to it with the opposite hand, so to speak. So, if I'm coming from the right to the left, I tend to slowly release that grip as that other hand starts to fall underneath it. Almost like if you guys have ever seen a 4x100 meter relay, and they tend to, the runner in front that's going to take the next lap tends to start sprinting before the partner that's going to hand off the baton gets there, to make that transition a little bit more smooth. That's the idea here, is as the right arm's coming down with the dumbbell in hand, the left hand starts moving below it, so it's in the path to make it a little bit easier transition, tap the ground up to the left. All right, from there, I'm going to go to the double unders, 2 rotations per hop. Whatever modification we're going to use, stick with it. Like I said earlier, I'll go over some of those options in a second. And then we grab our Abmat and pop down to the floor for the Abmat sit-ups. Review: 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Stay tuned for movement modifications.
Guys, let's talk our modifications for today. So, with the sit-ups, a sit-up is pretty much a sit-up. If we need to modify that, chances are we're going to have to modify the reps, because there's not a lot of making the movement easier or more scalable that we can do. So from there, double unders, just like we've talked about before. We can always do single unders with the jump rope. We can do lateral hops with a barbell, a pipe, or simply a line, where we're going back and forth, in which case you can count every hop. You can count the over and backs, it's up to you. Or we can do a toe tap on the dumbbell, on a kettlebell, or a step if you want to with that. All right, lots of options. If you're somebody that really needs to work on calf strength because your feet, knees tend to hurt, tend to hit the ground pretty hard when we're doing jump rope, then it can be as simple as you're just going to stand there and do calf raises. Keep in mind, the goal of this is heart rate and intensity. So if that's the thing that we're going to go for here, the calf raises, I would rather you have a lesser number and then throw in there some jumping jacks with them, or maybe just the jumping jacks by themselves, do the calf raises after as an accessory movement, so that you're still working on your calf strength, but you're also keeping your heart rate through the roof. On the dumbbell snatches, dumbbells, kettlebells, pretty much the same thing there. Okay, if we have a bar, but we don't have any dumbbells or kettlebells, well, we can keep it as a, I would suggest, hang power snatch with super light weights, so the sequencing and the timing can stay up. Again, 50-40 is going to be now 50 reps with the bar, not 25. Okay, so let's keep it very, very light, because it is going to be a bunch of reps. Not even outside the realm possibility to do an empty bar for this workout as a prescribed. All right. If we don't have any weights, we only have bands. Fear not, there are still options. There's a couple different things you guys can do. Depending on the thickness of the band, we can always set up underneath the feet, drag overhead, and do a muscle snatch with the band. We can always take two movements, do the numbers equally, or we're going to do a combination like good mornings and banded strict press. We can always loop under the feet and try and do a single arm snatch with the band from there. It's really up to you guys, as long as, again, we're keeping the intensity up, we're pushing ourselves, and we're not doing anything that particularly slows us down a lot. All right, if you have any other questions or modification concerns, let me know. Shoot me a message or send me an email.